First, some Minnesota primary voters have decided who will be running for each party in November.
While there were some big decisions to make in this year's primary election, turnout was quite low. Out of the 3.1 million Minnesota voters, the Minnesota Secretary of State says it looks like less than 10% of those voters actually cast ballots in the primary elections. The candidate officially endorsed by the Republican Party won the race. Hennepin County Commissioner Jeff Johnson got 30% of the vote. Former State House Speaker Kurt Zellers got 24%. Former Republican House Minority Leader Marty Seifert and investment banker Scott Honor both take 21% of the vote. Nina Moini has been watching the results. She's live in St. Paul with more. Nina.
Hi, Kim. It's not uncommon to see a low turnout in these primaries. Usually it's those with the strongest opinions who show up to the polls. But if there's anything this primary proved, it's the importance of having that party endorsement. Jeff Johnson, people said this could have been any of the four candidates' race, but he did have the backing of the Minnesota GOP, and it proved very helpful for him. Still, though, today, take a look. He got together with his three fierce competitors. They all urged their followers to go ahead and follow Johnson. Now, they say the common goal is beating Governor Mark Dayton and stopping what they call this one-party rule in Minnesota that's been keeping the state from reaching its full potential. Now, on the flip side, DFL leaders also got together today to continue backing Dayton, saying he's had a great record that has left the state economy and the state of jobs doing better than the national average. Republicans said showing a united front right now is going to be the only way to beat Governor Dayton.
I've got a vision of a state where politicians understand that taxpayers work really, really hard for their money, and we treat it just as carefully as though it's coming out of our own pockets, which is not happening in St. Paul right now.
Jeff Johnson wants to continue the disastrous policy of cutting taxes for the wealthy, while at the same time cutting government services that will help our middle class thrive in this state. That is the wrong policy for Minnesota.
You can see those harsh words are already beginning as it becomes a crunch time now into November. Governor Dayton was not here today. He had some other responsibilities, DFL leaders told us. As for Jeff Johnson, he said that he will continue throughout the rest of this campaign serving as a Hennepin County Commissioner. He's going to continue on in that role even as he campaigns.
Now, Nina, voter turnout was very low in this primary, as has been the trend in primaries in the past. The candidates have considered moving the month, right?
That's right, Kim. That's about the only thing the two sides could agree on today. They say this is not a partisan issue. They're disappointed in the voter turnout when, particularly, we have these primaries in August. Both sides said they would not be opposed. In fact, they would support moving the primaries to June. They say, if anything, that gives them more time to nail down a specific candidate and introduce them to the general population.
Yeah, well, at 10% turnout, anything could help at this point. All right, thank you, Nina. Well, Johnson will take on Governor Dayton in November. In yesterday's primaries, Dayton won a blowout victory over two little-known DFL challengers. Dayton and Johnson will face the Independence Party's Hannah Nicollet in the general election.
In the race for U.S. Senate, first-time candidate Mike McFadden is the clear winner in the GOP primary. McFadden will face incumbent Senator Al Franken, who also easily beat out a Democratic challenger yesterday. A recent public policy poll has Franken leading McFadden 49-38. Current state auditor Rebecca Otto breezed through her primary challenge from former House Minority Leader Matt Entenza. Otto has 81% of the vote. She advances to face GOP, independents, and grassroots party opponents in her bid for a third term.